Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. I do hope you like and subscribe. On this channel, I talk about things to do with architecture, design, and creating architectural designs. In my last post, I showed you guys this project that I was working on. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a simple floor plan render in Photoshop. If you have it in 2D from either AutoCAD or whatever other software you use, you can bring it into Photoshop in PNG. Now, on my drawing here, I had actually forgotten to remove the text. So I started off by removing the text. So just make your own life easier by removing the text and then I guess either adding it in later. But I guess it depends on you and what your preference for your drawing is. If you wish to communicate the rooms, then you can keep the text in. But once I was done erasing the text, I made the lines black. It helps sometimes if you already make it black, but mine had come in gray. So I just wanted to darken it up a little bit. And with that, you just use the paint bucket tool. You use the paint bucket tool for the windows and you color in the windows. Something that I will highly suggest you do is you make 2 layers of this drawing. Now, after making everything black, all the walls, I wanted to add in my floor textures. And I recommend you use this website called Architectures, which is amazing if you're looking for floor textures, wall textures. They have very lovely, very realistic, and very they blend very seamlessly. Once you've downloaded your files and found everything that you like, you can open them up in the Photoshop program, and from there you will copy and paste them into your design, and you will click multiply up there so that you can see through the texture and you can see the black lines through. From there, you will add as many as you need for whatever floor or whatever that you're putting together, whatever surface. And what you want to do is mask the area that you want to see. So then after you mask it, you use the Magic Select tool to select in all the areas that you want to erase on the layer, on the texture layer. But what you have to do is you have to remember to swap between the your CAD drawing layer and your texture layer. So that's something to keep in mind. And like I said, it's good to do 2 layers. I did one that's like a little bit darker so that at least I can see the lines a little bit. Proceeded to work on the decking for the pool area. And for this one, I used a wooden texture. And don't make this mistake like I did. I think try to keep the direction the same as maybe as it indicates in your drawing, but it's not that deep because it's not really going to show too much. Yes, so from there I added the pool deck one. This one is a terrazzo style one because that's the material that I wanted on the pool decking. Like this is in my country we call it the conde. And I wanted this to be made out of terrazzo. And for this layer, I made it a little bit transparent. So you go ahead and mask and hide the parts that you don't want to show on your design. I did the same thing. And you see how what I meant by that, the texture blends seamlessly. So long as you align it properly, it will look absolutely good. For the pool, I didn't want to just have like boring pool water, like just a blue. So I remember I had this lovely water photograph, and I used that as the pool water to give it a bit of to make the water look really nice and sparkly and blue. Oh yeah, and I'd forgotten to add the terrazzo on there. And just make sure that whenever you adjust the transparency, the opacity on your floor plans, that you always keep it consistent. So if you select maybe 67% on the previous one, you want to keep it at 67% for all of them, so that it's not looking mismatched. Especially if it's if you're trying to communicate that it's the same throughout, like the same flooring or texturing throughout. From here, I wanted to indicate that this is a kitchen. Like some spaces, obviously, like the floor will be different than the main flooring. But even just for visual communication, I think when you separate certain spaces, it makes your floor plan a little bit easier to read, as opposed to when it's just like in black and white, or you keep all the floor texture the same. And maybe it will be the same material in the floor texture, in terms of the floor texture. But then I feel like on your drawing, in order to visually communicate it well, you want to kind of separate it using color. And that's what I did on the top floor here. So this is the first floor. And after demarcating and erasing everything that I had to, I tried to make it separate so that you can see the difference between like the closet spaces and the bathroom spaces and the bedroom spaces. So it's a lot easier to read that this amount of space here is allocated to the bedroom space, and that other one there is dedicated to wardrobe space. Now, this is when I was playing around a little bit. I thought about coloring in the wardrobes, but I don't know, it just wasn't giving. So I decided to keep all the furniture white. And after keeping all the furniture white, because I just felt like it was just reading a lot better than when I colored it in. But you can see what works for you. If you want to like maybe color in your furniture, or give it like, you give it some zhuzh, you know what I'm saying? Like some life. That's all on you. So, but I decided that I was going to keep my furniture white and just have like a shadow underneath. And I had forgotten to add in the wall. I think I had colored over the wall black over there. But yes, so I proceeded to erase the mask using the select tool. And yeah, once that was done, I colored in the wardrobes, because most of them actually had walk-in closets. Now, this space in the kitchen here has a half wall. So I didn't want to keep it like black, like all the main other walls. I wanted to indicate that this is like a half wall. So yeah. And I filled in the garage space and did the same thing with the mask, with the countertops, added a marble tile. And then this is the part where now you add shadow onto the furniture, so that you can give your drawing a little bit of dimension. What you want to do is use the paintbrush tool, and you can select whatever brush that you want. But what you want to do is choose a soft brush, so that it like has a little bit of a wisp to it, you know what I'm saying? Like on the end there, and then it's not so sharp, like the edge is not so sharp, and it's kind of fading out a little bit. And I guess you want to have creative freedom with the shadow, but obviously like make it make sense. So you want to check where your light source is coming from in your drawing, and then you want to make your shadows align with where the possible light source is. So like in the dining room there, you would have a window over there, so the shadow would kind of cast that way. Now this is just like a plain and simple drawing, we're not trying to measure the shadow cast or anything like that, like not heavily or anything. You just want to indicate it nicely and color it in well. And I like this part because it's a lot of fun. Just dive into it, like kind of get lost into it. I really like doing it this way. I mean, there's all kinds of tools you can use these days. I mean, there's AI and all these other tools, but I feel like if you want to really be hands-on and really dive into your project and give it a lot of depth. And because personally I feel like, you know, when you do it by hand, you kind of give it your own artistic touch as opposed to using like AI or programs. Because something that I've noticed, like let's say maybe if you use Rayon, everything starts looking similar in if you use Rayon and these type of programs. That's something that I'm starting to find, because they tend to have like the same little tools and things like that. So the last part would be adding in the final shadow of the whole entire structure itself, like on the floor plan of the floor plans. What you want to do is use the pen tool. And when you use the pen tool, you can pick what color you want your stroke and your fill to be. You genuinely want like a black or a gray or something like that. But obviously, you're going to change the opacity. And what you want to do is come in with the eraser and just soften up like the end of the line there. And then that way it's nice and, you know, it kind of fades out a little bit. Or you could use the gradient way, but I kind of like doing it this way. That's the thing about Photoshop, is like there's not one way to use it. Like you can get the same result in different ways. It's just up to you and using your own creative freedom. And I think the thing is with Photoshop, you just want to play around. I feel like the more you use it, the more you'll get comfortable with it and the more fun you'll have with it and whatever. But if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. It's to each his own, you know. I feel like we can do some other drawings, like maybe using Rayon. So I think if you stay tuned, watch this space. I think one of the videos, maybe we might do a floor plan using Rayon or any other programs or AI, and then we'll see like the difference. But I would genuinely suggest you use make your own type of renders, because it will give your drawings like your style, which at the end of the day is always what you want, is to formulate your own visual communication style. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching my video. We gotten the end result, and yeah, thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope it's been helpful and you've gotten some tips from this. I'm still kind of new to this style of content. It's not my usual, so please bear with me. But I hope I'll get better as I keep going. But stick with me. Like, we can have fun while we're doing this and learn. We're all learning. I feel like life is a journey and you continuously learn. But yeah, guys, subscribe and share. Thanks, guys.